Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I will prove that Christian Prince is
liar, big fat liar.
exactly.
According to Muhammad, when Noah was collecting the animals to take it to his ship, he had no choice but to find the cat. Why? Because he noticed that there is a mice in the ship. And now put yourself in the shoe of Noah. What you will do? You got all the animals there. By the way, they asked the Prophet, peace upon him, how Noah was able to get the lion inside the ship. He said Allah made him have a very heavy flu. Okay, let it go. But there is something very, very extremely important about how Allah was able to find a cat for Noah after he found that he have a mice in his ship, which can be very dangerous for someone who is going to go and he is going to ride the ship for God knows for how long. The mice will eat his rice, will eat his food, will eat his cheese. I mean, this is very dangerous. So what Allah did, anyone knows? Who knows what happened? Let us see how many of you are following my education. Anyone knows? Nobody knows? Man, you guys are you don't have a good memory. I feel sorry for you. When Noah, he put the lion inside his ship and he have a flu, as we said to you, Allah made the lion sneeze, and when he sneezed, guess what? Tom, he came out. Isn't it Tom the cat? Is it Tom or Jerry? I think Tom, right? This is the book of Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya for Ibn Kathir. I don't know if any of you have it in English. Volume number 1, page number 126. It says, لما حمل نوح في السفينة من كل زوجين اثنين قال أصحابه وكيف نطمئن لمواشي ومعنا الأسد فسلط الله عليه الحمى. So they said to him, according to the story, his companion, they said to him, how we can trust the lion to be with us in the ship? He will eat our animals. And they said that Allah, he made him have a very bad flu. And it was the first flu ever to come to this earth. Here we go. Now we have the source of a flu. And then they complain to Noah that there is a farah. Farah in Arabic means a mice, little mice. And it is hiding. And they said it's going to damage our food and our furniture or our clothes. And then Allah inspired the lion. So he sneezed, Hachoo! And then immediately a cat came from his mouth. And the mice hide away from it. Now, here, a lot of mystery is gone. And for sure, this is a true story. I mean, are you kidding me? What's wrong with you?
So now, why I said that he is
liar, big fat liar.
Simply because he was reading this part of the narration, which was mentioned by Ibn Kathir. But when he came to the comment of Ibn Kathir on this narration, he totally ignored it. Why he ignored it? Simply because it destroys his agenda. Ibn Kathir mentioned this narration, and then he commented on the authenticity of this narration by saying هذا مرسل, which means this is mursal. He totally ignored this comment by Ibn Kathir because he knows very well it destroys his cheap agenda. So he have read the story, but when he came to the comment of Ibn Kathir, he stopped and ignored it. Why he did this? Simply because he is a deceiver. And the comment of Ibn Kathir was clearly close to where he stopped, so why he did not read it? This means that he is either an ignorant who don't know what mursal means, or a deceiver. And guess what? He is a deceiver because he knows what mursal means. Check this.
Read me carefully. At this point, many of the scholars of tafsir mention the story of Al-Gharaniq and how many of those who had migrated to Ethiopia came back when they thought that the idolaters of Quraysh had become Muslims. Here he says, but those reports all come from through mursal chains, mursal chains, mursal chains, mursal chains, mursal.
So what does mursal means? When a hadith is classified as mursal, it means that the narrator of this hadith didn't even witness Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet Muhammad had companions, and after his death, his companions had students and followers. The follower of a companion of Prophet Muhammad is known as tabi'i. When a hadith is classified as mursal, it means that a tabi'i who didn't even witness Prophet Muhammad attributed this hadith to the Prophet without even mentioning from which companion he got this hadith from, which means that there is no link between the narrator and Prophet Muhammad. All the narrations or hadiths are based on chain of narrators, and the chain of narrators in this hadith quoted by Ibn Kathir is unconnected. And unlike Christians who don't even know who wrote their so-called holy books, we Muslims don't take our religion from unconnected or unknown sources. And of course his fans are absolutely clueless. They have no idea whatsoever on the hadith and its classification. They have absolutely no idea on what mursal hadith means. So he is taking advantage over their ignorance. Now since he mentioned sneezing, let's see what the Bible says about sneezing. The Bible speaks about a mythical creature named Leviathan. In Job 41, the unknown author says, can you pull in Leviathan with a fish hook or tie down its tongue with a rope? Leviathan is an ancient Mesopotamian myth. The biblical authors thought it was real. Now let's see what happens when Mr. Leviathan sneezes. Everyone knows that when you sneeze, you spit out some dirt. But Mr. Leviathan here is a special case. Let's see what he does when he sneezes.
I will not fail to speak of Leviathan's limbs, its strength and its graceful form. Who can strip off its outer coat? Who can penetrate its double coat of armor? Who dares open the doors of its mouth, ringed about with its fearsome teeth? Its back has rows of shields tightly sealed together. Each is so close to the next that no air can pass between. They are joined fast to one another. They cling together and cannot be parted. Its snorting throws out flashes of light. Its snorting throws out flashes of light. Its snorting throws out flashes of light. Its snorting throws out flashes of light.
Achoo!
Its eyes are like the rays of dawn. Flames stream from its mouth. Sparks of fire shoot out. Smoke pours from its nostrils as from a boiling pot over burning reeds. Its breath sets coals ablaze and flames dart from its mouth. Strength resides in its neck, dismay goes before it. The folds of its flesh are tightly joined. They are firm and immovable. Its chest is hard as rock, hard as a lower millstone. When it rises up, the mighty are terrified. They retreat before its thrashing. The sword that reaches it has no effect, nor does the spear or the dart or the javelin. Iron it treats like straw, and bronze like rotten wood. Arrows do not make it flee. Slingstones are like chaff to it. A club seems to it but a piece of straw. It laughs at the rattling of the lance. Its undersides are jagged potsherds, leaving a trail in the mud like a threshing sledge. It makes the depths churn like a boiling cauldron and stirs up the sea like a pot of ointment.